We're back now with a friend of mine, Marina Silvio from Sharon, Vermont, and she's been a longtime VVSA supporter, and she's here with
Gunner, a 2.5-year-old neutered Rottweiler. He's one of her 2 Rowdies, and he's a big boy. Can you tell me about your dogs?
Yes, Gunner is my oldest of my 2. I also have Boomer at home, who's approximately 18 months old. Approximately, I say, because the previous owners were not forthcoming about all the information about him. He is developmentally behind due to inhalants, i.e. marijuana, and also probably alcohol.
So when he was a puppy?
Yes.
Huh.
So they say these things are bad for us, they're even worse for animals.
Well, they say, you know what, depending on what age you do this to your body, because your brain is developing at different points, you're going to be lacking that later in life.
Exactly, and instead of him getting the socialization like this one and all other responsible owners do at that age, he kind of got the short end of the stick.
What age did you get them at?
I got Boomer at approximately 9.5 months, and we got Gunner at 7 weeks. Who's typically a very calm dog, but he sees Susan off stage, and he wants to go say hi because he loves everybody.
He's very social.
Yes, he is very, very, very social. He's actually very well known around the Upper Valley, too.
I'll bet. I know you guys make an impressive sight when I see you walking with the 2 dogs into a place. I think last time I saw you was at Lebanon Pet and Supply.
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
Here comes Marina and the 2 boys.
Yes, I actually had a 3rd one, too, and you guys had talked about rescues earlier, and I was a foster mom to a 3rd Rottweiler. Uh-huh. And unfortunately, she's no longer with us.
Did they all get along okay?
Oh, they were great.
Wow.
They were absolutely terrific, and I love how, even though she was a rescue, she was still an amazing, amazing dog.
Well, it's another dog. Good dog, bad rap.
Exactly.
So, tell me about Rotties. Where do they come from?
Rotties originated from Rottweil, Germany. Originally, they were Roman dogs. They come from the Mastiff line called Moleses. They were drover dogs, herding dogs, and also protection dogs. And protection meaning that they protected their owner, protected the family, protected the livestock. And once they got going in Germany, they protected the butchers. They would hang money from the dog's collar, from the neck, and they would protect all of that.
You mean they would protect the money that belonged to their
owner.
people?
Exactly.
Huh.
Yes, and that's where their reputation kind of comes from. But they are very big family dogs. If they are socialized correctly, they are like this guy. They are big clowns.
Well, what's your secret? Because, looking at him, he's just taking everything in, but he's very social. What's your secret?
Talking about Caesar Milan again, we were very strict with him. Not in a bad way. He was to earn his treats. And now people who ask me, can I give him a treat? You have to make him work. It could be as simple as a sit. With every dog, there needs to be training, no matter the size. It could be, one of the pocket accessory dogs. They need training. So training is very big in my house. And he also did train us too. But, well, look at him.
I know. Well, especially animals that have been abused or whatever. We talked earlier when Pinky was on. Poor Pinky was rescued from the ghetto in Florida, but Pinky, because she wouldn't fight, they tried to make her fight, and she wouldn't fight. So instead, they bred the heck out of her over and over and over again. She had litters.
Yes.
I know that you can find about any purebred dog in a rescue or a shelter group.
Yes.
What percentage in shelters?
It is about
dogs are purebred.
1/3%. You can be found in a shelter or in a rescue group. Like I had mentioned before, we had Honey. Honey was a show dog. Honey was a purebred, beautiful, beautiful female. For some reason, she got dumped into a really bad life. But yeah, and part of that rescue group that I was with, they had many purebreds, many. And I've even seen at the local shelters up in this area, there are pures that go through.
Well, you know, people don't research the type of dog and different personalities that go with each dog. I mean, look at when 101 Dalmatians came out. Everybody went out and got a Dalmatian. And then, you know what? A year later, the market flooded with Dalmatians because they're special needs dogs. You know, it's a shame. So tell me about a Rottie. What type of home would be best for a Rottie? Would they be good with kids or what?
If you were to get a Rottweiler who has either been temperament tested, if you do get it from a rescue, and has been shown that it can be very well with children, then by all means, of course, do it very slowly. If you get it as a puppy, like we did with Gunner, just, again, you're training both children and dog. They are marvelous with children. Gunner, real quick, in the summertime, he loves to swim, and he protects the children.
Aww. Really?
It is so funny, and it's so cute at the same time. So,
now, do you know the difference between a backyard breeder and a reputable breeder?
Yes. Yes. Backyard breeders do not look at the genetics. They look for, oh, this dog is going to look great. He's going to look mean. They don't look at the temperament.
Or they're just looking for the money involved in it.
Exactly. Most of the time, it is the money that is what
so
needs it.
Not considering the whole dog.
No, not at all. Not the well-being of the dog.
You know, we did a study in Vermont that showed that in Vermont, now this is just based on oversight of 5 newspapers over a year and a half, that there is over $1 million in uncollected revenue, taxes on the sale of animals that isn't being collected. I mean, that shows you how many people are out there trying to make a fast buck off breeding animals. And in a state where we're still, unfortunately, killing animals because of overpopulation, that's something that really needs to get checked.
Yeah, I believe that would be tax evasion.
That is tax evasion. You're absolutely right. And you know what? It's not right. It's not right, and it needs to be addressed.
I have a copy of the Yankee Golden Retriever Rescue.
Yep. Have you ever seen that?
I have.
Yeah, and it's online, too.
There's a few hundred rescue groups in 6 New England for a couple hundred different all-breed rescues.
Yeah, it's everything. Every type of dog that you might consider has a rescue group. So instead of going to a breeder to get a dog, if you went, and I'm pretty sure, I know it's online, but it's Yankee Golden Rescue. You can find any type of dog that you want. So, any parting words about Rotties and the benefits of adopting one or acquiring one?
Do not judge a book by its cover.
Good.
And that is, like you said, the same can be said about pit bulls.
Yeah.
They are a beautiful, beautiful dog who only wants to give love and to be loved and to love the dust that you don't collect by cleaning. They love everything, and they are a great, great family dog.
Yeah. Well, I thank you very, very much for coming down today, and thank you, Gunner.
Chunky.
Okay, and now we're going to meet Chulu, my daughter Lauren's dog, mixed breed advocate.
Yes. This is my dog Chulu. He is a 1.5-year-old Rottweiler Lab Pit Bull mix.
And he is just the poster child for Heinz 57. Actually, I said Heinz 57 to somebody. They asked me what Kiwi was, and I said, oh, he's Heinz 57. They said, oh, wow, that's an interesting breed. Heinz 57 means, of course, a little of everything. So
he's a great combination of 3 wonderful breeds of dogs.
That normally would have been considered problem breeds. Right. Yeah.
But it all depends on how you raise them.
He's healthy, well-adjusted.
Friendly.
Loves other animals.
And kids.
Cats. He is really great in the house with cats. And just when you brought him in, he went right up to Marina's dog, Gunner, you know, and just
very happy to say hello.
Yeah. Yep. So he definitely is an advocate for a mixed breed. So, but you've had him since he was a puppy.
About 6 months old.
Tell me about how your first few months with him were.
Well, it took me by surprise how consistent you need to be when training a dog. And I wasn't really ready for it, but I realized that the more consistent I was with him, the better time we had together. And especially with a larger breed dog, you don't want to be getting pulled by your dog. You need to have control and you need to feel safe when you're walking with them. And so it's important the way that you're moving with them. And for his size, I use a gentle leader, so I'm not getting pulled down the street as we're taking a walk.
And you know, exercising too. You were talking about
huge part of it. He needs to get enough exercise every day, so he's feeling like he can be calm, but at the same time, it's good for both owner and pet when you get out there and you're exercising together.
Yeah, you know, the more you exercise, not only for us, but for the animal too, they really need to get that opportunity to get out and move.
Yes.
What are you doing, babe?
It's a big collar.
But anything you want to say about him special? He's neutered, of course.
He's neutered. Yep, that definitely brings down a lot of the initial excitement of puppies. It's important to do to a dog within his first year, and I'd say
actually by 6 months.
By 6 months.
You know, you don't want him developing those tendencies.
Right, and he was 6 months old when he was neutered, and right after that, it was just the ideal time to spend as much time with him as I could, being as consistent as possible.
Well,
and using clear commands. You can't switch things up on them and expect them to follow.
well, I see when you give him commands, it's a hand command.
Something that he can see. And
Try it now.
she was sit.
There you go.
Paw?
Can we
Yes,
try
a
that
good
again?
boy.
Can we maybe get
Okay.
him stand up to
Give me
him?
your paw. Good boy.
Okay, but I like the sit command.
Yes, it's
Great.
a really good one. It's just a simple, yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you for bringing him, Lauren.
Thank you for having us.
You know, before you ever consider buying a dog, please consider going to a rescue league or a shelter. The shelters are 1/3 of the animals in there are purebreds. And you can find just any breed you want. There's no reason to help support the breeding of animals. When we're still killing healthy ones, we should be adopting.
Yes.
So, all right. And on that note, thank you very much for watching For the Animals, and join us again next week. Okay. Oh, look at the little ear.
At dusk, there came a turning. There was a moment when all was known. You could feel beauty rising on the breeze, the shapes, the stone. And I would ride upon the breeze that shapes the stone, across the sky and beyond, to that place where all is known. When I could fly, when I could fly.